The former head of Nato supported independence campaign against the deportation of an Afghan war veteran, saying it would be an indefensible disgrace if Interior Ministry threatened to send him to Rwanda. Lord Robertson, former General Secretary of Military Alliance, urged government to show courtesy and give pilot respect and security he deserved. The case of an Afghan Air Force soldier serving with British forces sparked backlash after it was disclosed by The Independent earlier this week. Other prominent figures calling for him to stay in the UK include Labour leader Sir Keir Starmer, Chairman of the Defence Select Committee Tobias Ellwood, and former Head of Joint Operations General Sir Richard Barrons. The pilot faces deportation for arriving in the UK in a small boat and unable to find a safe and legal route. He said he paid thousands of pounds smugglers, travelling by car, truck and boat for months to get Europe. All he had were flight documents proving his identity and military service. He said that as he made his dangerous journey through 5 countries, his wife begged him to run away and leave him behind. Lord Robertson, also a former UK Defence Secretary, said it would be an untenable disgrace to be sent to Rwanda. We owe a lot to people like him and we must give him the respect and safety he deserves. Sir Malcolm Rifkind, the former Tory Defence Minister, who also serves as Foreign Minister, has called for a review of the case, saying ministers can use discretionary power. He told The Independent, if there is evidence that the person worked hard to support British forces in Afghanistan, that should definitely be taken into account. If there are personal reasons related to his history that this country owes him, it certainly deserves scrutiny. Ultimately, ministers can exercise their discretion. Even if there are no legal obligations, you worry for a moment, sometimes a significant concern, and it's definitely worth investigating whether the evidence supports what is being said. Another former defence minister also supported the independence campaign. His Labour colleague, Baroness Taylor of Bolton, said, "This is embarrassing. We have an obligation and I think we have to fulfil it." He added, "Other people will always look to see how we react in situations like this. And I think our record hasn't been very good in recent years. It's a very simple situation that can be easily resolved. And I think it will benefit everyone, the individual concerned, the British government, our international standing. I can't understand why ministers didn't take the appropriate action, they didn't let man stay." He wrote a letter to Rishi Sunak, an Air Force lieutenant, urging him to give him shelter in England. Earlier this week, Mr. Sunak promised to look into the case after pressure was put on him by Conservative MP Caroline Nokes in the House of Commons. A short time later, former Defence Minister Kevan Jones described the situation as a stigma to Britain's great reputation. Sir Laurie Bristow, British ambassador to Afghanistan in summer 2021 and at the time fall Kabul, also warned that the lives Afghans who work for and with us are at risk as a result. Recommended General Sir Richard Barrons, a former Joint Operations Chief who had served in Afghanistan, said way the pilot arrived in UK should not affect his chances of gaining asylum. It shouldn't be complicated. The fact that he went through other countries to get here is not surprising given mess the government has made in evacuation process, he said. Tobias Ellwood, Chairman Parliament's Defence Select Committee, said of the threat deportation, "This is not who we are as a nation."